Wow.
Yo, what up? Hello?
Hello, and welcome to not into the multiverse. Welcome to
Absolute Reports.
Absolute Reports. I'm your host.
It's the second time we've done it. Don't worry.
Yeah, so it's Absolute Reports, and this week we are covering Absolute Green Lantern and Absolute Flash issue 1 and issue 2. So without further ado, let's get this ball on the road. And I'm joined by Robert as per from last week. So without further ado, let's get this ball on the road and let's talk about Green Lantern.
Yep, Absolute Green Lantern by Al Ewing and Jean-De Lindsay. And well, first of all, it's supposed to be the Joe Mullion one. I'm still a little interested and a little iffy that they're going with Joe first.
Yeah,
that's the Far Sector Lantern. That's the Far Sector Lantern.
It was very interesting read.
Oh yeah. But you get what I'm saying, though, right? It's like,
yeah, I was expecting Hal. I was expecting maybe even do a John Stewart.
Yeah, but not this, you know.
Not someone I don't know from out of left field.
Yep. But we also still open with Hal still. But I'm going to say this one is a real drastic one.
This one, I was like, when I was first reading through the panels, first thing I see was Hal Jordan. I'm like thinking,
oh yeah.
I was like, okay. So they're kicking off with Hal Jordan.
Which is fine. I think that's fine to start off with. But
yeah,
but we open up with him in the middle of the road, and it's like, oh, yep. And again, it's an interesting mystery where it's like, what is this? Is he saying? Did he watch the Ring tape? Is that what he saw? It looks like the Ring tape.
Oh, what's it called? The X-Files?
No. I'm going specifically the Ring. You know, the big circle.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever seen the Ring? You know, girl comes out of the TV and everything. You die in 7 days.
No, I haven't seen that.
You've heard of it, though, right? Please tell me you've heard of it.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, that's the Ring you see from it. That's the Ring. So, yeah, what the hell there? But yeah, it deals, with the cop, and something happened. It's just like he met a guy named Abin Sur, and it's just like, of course, typical kind of a cop. It's just like, now, granted, I don't blame the cop because Hal's coming off a little fruity. Well, not just aggressive, but fruity, very over the top. Like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I'd be a little, like, sir, calm down. Like, put your hands up, and Hal's not helping his case by not putting his hands up.
No, he isn't at all.
But yep, goes the black, and then the cop's dead. Oh, crud. Oh, they say, you're in trouble now. Sorry,
but it's like when I saw this, I was like, oh, okay. Did Hal just delete someone?
Yep. Well, we don't know, but the Black Hand, which we'll get to as we get closer to the end. That title is very fitting.
That font style stands out really well.
Oh, yeah, it definitely does. It matches Green Lantern very well. But, yeah, we open up at this May and Mo Tavern as, I would say, this is a slow burn. But I'll say this, though, stepping up from Flash, Absolute Flash, this one at least, I don't know, just something about this felt made more, more fitting. It's like you're really wondering, like, what's going on here? What's going on?
But comparing this to Martian Manhunter a little bit, like, because I know we're talking about Green Lantern, but I think this one, you're getting more fleshed out in this.
Oh yeah, right off the bat.
Right off the bat, I don't know, and it's not trippy either.
Nope.
So it's like okay, and I really dig the fact they're taking the time, they're fleshing it out,
Yep, having
and
all these people here that we don't know who they are, but yeah, Ewing, he's good at writing this stuff. As like, what happened to the game? Yeah, something is going screwy at everything, as they've been interrupted by something that happened, as a giant Green Lantern symbol has landed. And again, it's just like, what is it? It's a ship? What's
like yeah, the next one it sounds like wait a minute, a giant Green Lantern lands.
symbol? It's not even a lantern, it's the symbol.
Yeah, the symbol. Sorry, I meant to say the symbol.
No, I know, yeah.
The symbol in the middle of a town.
Yeah, of Nevada.
Nevada.
Oh, Evergreen, Nevada. Get it? Evergreen, of course.
Of course.
Hey, that's perfect if you ask me. That's perfect.
Yeah.
What better place to have this? I mean, why would it have to be Coast City? Why not have it be Evergreen? But yeah, though, and the artwork. I gotta say, one thing I love about the artwork here is that it's comic booky, but it's not being artsy. It's probably one of the more traditional ones. I think of the It's close to the Flash. I should say it's close to the Flash. Can we agree to that? It's close to the Flash's art style.
It's close to the Flash art style, but
still its own thing.
But still, it's its own thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, destruction seems to be total. No bodies have been found. Nothing, and everyone's just like, "What's going on?" And then Hal starts to make that symbol starts to appear again. 5 days ago, though, as we then see that Hal is completely normal at first. You know, like and he's talking with Jon Stewart,
which is weird.
And, yeah, because here obviously, obviously very different kind of position and all that, and you know, just. Yeah, but I just love it though. They have normal lives. Like Hal did not go into being an aviator pilot or anything like that. And I think John is still, he's actually gone more into being a designer, but without the military. And then there's also Joe there as well.
I can't believe that.
And it looks like are they pairing Joe and John up? It feels that way.
It definitely does feel that way.
And we also know that they know Guy.
What's also interesting about this, I'm not gonna lie, is how the dialogue between each of the characters is very unique, very interactive, and you're kind of getting to know each of the character's background, so to say.
Definitely. You're definitely getting to know the character's background, and yet also explaining without spelling out to us the differences. Like here again, Joe and John married. I believe. Yep. And Guy, he's a cop, which he has been in other versions.
Which is very interesting because I never knew.
Actually, believe it or not, well, it's because of his dad being a cop, but he was also a lawyer at one point.
Okay. Do you have any issues that people can read?
Well, him being a lawyer was more shown during pre-crisis eras before he became a Lantern, and was mostly then emphasized in Green Lantern Emerald Dawn 2.
Oh, okay. So that's a.
But yeah, Guy was not always the meathead. Oh yeah, like wahaha. Oh, I got one punch by Batman. No, that was afterwards, after he got brain damaged.
Okay, that's something I never knew. I've always thought of him as the meat guy.
No, he wasn't always the meathead. Like I said, he was originally just a good man who and had a rough upbringing. You know, very strict father, expecting too much out of him, things like that. depending on who's writing the book, I mean. And but at the same time, though, he has it was only the brain damage that made him the meathead.
Yeah. By the way, Charlotte says, Wolfie, hello. Well, everyone,
Hello?
have a great stream. Yeah,
Yep.
I can hear. Jared is saying, hey guys, Absolute Green Lantern really surprised me at how
Yep.
different yet still familiar it is.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. The more I see this, the more it shows that of all of them, Batman's the one that played it the safest.
Yes.
By comparison, with so many of these books, Batman played it the safest. By comparison, anyway, by comparison.
By comparison, this is at least you are getting more than what you're bargained for.
Yeah, but then, boom, something happened as Hell ran out there and then just disappeared. Oh, no, he didn't disappear yet. No, something disappeared. And yeah, they dropped a ring and all that.
It's a force field.
Yeah, the force field, yeah. But
So,
then those bikers just showed up, turned around, and drove off. Like, what the heck's going on? But then there's 𝐻𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐓, and it's like, okay, this is where we're getting the really drastic changes already.
𝐻𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐓 with the long tail on his head.
He looks more like Martian Manhunter or a White Martian.
I don't know what to compare him to.
No, he looks like a White Martian. He looks just like a White Martian.
No, what was the Blue Lantern's name?
What?
What was the Blue Lantern's name?
Oh, you're right. He looks like geez, yeah. Saying then Saint Walker.
Saint Walker, yeah, he looks like him. Saint Walker.
He looks like a mixture of Saint Walker with some like I said, a White Martian.
Still cool.
Oh yeah, still cool. Still cool. Just like what? It's making you go, huh? But you want to know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like, were you there? Was that thing on the news? Is some kind of spaceship? He's called it the Green Lantern. Or yeah, you have some idiots who are panicking. Obviously, they're panicking. They don't know what to make of this. I don't blame him in that regard. But it's like, he gave me a weapon, like a gun. Uh-oh. But yeah, of course, Hal's talking crazy talk. So yeah, obviously everyone is questioning and worried. Or just like, right. And then, oh geez, what happened to the cop when he actually let slip about the cop? As we find out, Hal is pretty much the absolute black hand.
Unbelievable. It's like,
I did not see this coming.
When I saw this, I was just like
what?
That's unbelievable. It's like, when did he become a black hand?
I know. Well, obviously this is different, so this is meant to be different. So yeah, but yeah, so here he's Black Hand, and he took out Earl. Something about this hand, it's hurting people. It's getting rid of them, or something. Obviously, then the woman shoots him, and she shoots him. But it's like, yeah, smartest move done. Because we don't know what's going on. He's a hazard to everyone. It makes sense for her to shoot him. I mean, I would have.
Yeah, you would have shot him too.
Yeah, I mean, anyone would have, especially after what happened to Earl.
Right. Yeah.
And then again, the artwork on this is good.
This panel right here makes it look like there's a black flash going in.
Yeah, definitely. But then, oh man, is he killed everyone? We don't know. And then Joe shows up and she's been empowered. And again, we're just like, wait, what happened? But that's where it ends. And it ends with a lot of questions. Then
answers yet again.
But here, though, I think the advantage here, though, is that we're only getting it's that right enough of it. I think that what the downside was Flash. Flash was cramming a lot of character into it, but still not doing anything to alleviate the questions.
Exactly.
Would you? Yeah, you agree with that? Yeah, this one at least. It's leaving a lot left dangling, but in a good way.
This one left a lot of dangling, but there was a lot of.
But that type of dangling where you're like, I want to know what happens next, but not.
Yeah.
But it's again that right amount. Like I said, unlike Flash. Flash was just a little imbalanced of it, not in a bad way. Just
So if you compare this to, let's say, another Green Lantern run, like
that's a hard one.
Like an introduction to a Green Lantern.
Ooh, that's still a hard one, dude.
Really? Okay.
If I had to compare it to one, I actually would say Far Sector. It's comparable to. We're just spinning up because Joe's involved.
Okay.
Because it's enough that that you can find the parallels, you can find the similarities, you can find the things to relate to, but it's different enough that you're like, what?
So comparing the two, like, is it so much so that to the point where you think that it's on a level playing field?
Yeah.
You think?
Okay. I would say that, yes.
Now, how would you rate this comic, though? What would you rate this comic as?
I definitely would have rated this. I rate this one an 8 out of 10, strongly.
Strongly, okay.
What about you?
For me personally, I have to give it a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10.
All right.
I have to bump it up a little bit because you got the Black Hand involved. You've got Abin in this in the beginning. You've also got.
But all the changes are enough that you're like, what the?
Yeah, you're hooked in. You're hooked in.
You're hooked in, but it's like, here's the thing. It's a case where you're given more of a mystery than not in the first issue.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. Whereas, again, Flash kept piling questions upon questions.
I just think that this what's the word I'm looking for? This comic is just gonna live up to people's expectations.
Oh, I think so. I definitely think so. Yes.
And I feel that I just think this character will bring a new light to Greenland. Yeah, you saw what I did there.
I knew it was intentional.
It was intentional, yes.
A new light, yes.
A new light to the Green Lantern's name, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's in a different universe, people will go and read Green Lantern from this.
Yep, I definitely feel that way. And yeah, even with some of the Q&A here, yeah, completely was fine. Like, why is Johnny Lindsay the perfect artist? Yeah, because we got great artwork. I need someone who could fill in an active role in the story. I got characters from the Green Lantern mythos who could fulfill a horror-based role. That's the other thing. There's a lot of horror in this. And I also think that actually, another thing this is comparable to Green Lantern Earth 1.
You think so?
Very much so. Very much so. Which was, again, that's the drastic changes.
That surprises me, Robert. I'm not gonna lie.
Why? It's very similar.
I mean, I wasn't expecting you to comparing it to Earth 1.
Yeah, because again, both took the mythos, but then radically altered it, and yet you're trying to figure out like what changed, what did, and how faithful is it?
Still, I'm still very much respectable for the taking with this.
Oh yeah, so am I.
And what's got me excited is the fact of where does this Green Lantern go? Will there be mentors in the future? Will we get Sinestro?
What's the status of the core exactly, if it exists at all?
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's like, what's the case with Sinestro and all the other lanterns?
exactly, or Kilowog, or yeah, just or the Guardians.
Yeah, so there's all of these things that are, I'm just thinking it's like, uh, is there going to be changes?
Again, we don't know.
We don't know, so only time will tell. But anyway, let's switch over some gears, shall we? And let's do
Yeah,
absolute Flash issue 2. Now, before we do that, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section
yeah.
below.
Let us know what you thought.
What do you guys thought about issue 1 of Green Lantern? What was your favorite? What was your non-favorite? And also, what was the highest for you of the Green Lantern issue, and what's the lowest? And what do you think
Yeah.
about the artwork and all of that? Put it in the comment section below. We would like to hear your thoughts.
I got you know, I do think the way Jared phrased it was right though, was for Green Lantern. It's like how different yet still similar.
Yeah, definitely. 110%. All right, so we're at Absolute Flash number 2, issue 2. Now I gotta say, the beginning, I was just like, oh no, here we go. Already into action. We're already into action in this.
Yep, already as By the way, quick question. You want me to go over? Can I say the little bonus because it just came out? You want to go over? You want to go over the free comic book day issue after this?
For sure.
Because there's a twist at the end that ties into this.
Okay, we'll do that for sure.
But yeah, we're having the rogues are trying to find him, and I gotta say, interesting with Boomerang. How Boomerang is not this crass Aussie type or anything. He seems to be more of a straightforward, like he's more of like Rick Flag.
He feels like a Rick Flag guy, and
this more straightforward type of guy. He's not the crass. Like, then again, no, it seems like he's probably had a better life compared to the Boomerang of what we usually see.
And I gotta say, the rogues acting the way they are definitely stands out in this universe compared to the mainline continuity. It definitely there's a differentiation there, and the behavior wise, it's there. It's to show.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, Jesse, that's Trickster.
Jesse is the trickster in this universe.
Well, technically it's James Jesse. Here's just Jesse.
So it's a girl or boy?
Yep, it's a girl.
Okay, that's a different take. That's a very interesting take.
Yep, but that explains then, the goofiness.
Yeah, definitely does. Obviously the green boomerangs are Captain Boomerang.
Yep, how it's just like how Wally's just like, I'm sorry, I just want to go home. I just want to take it all back, please.
And then that shot at the bottom panel.
Yeah, it was Glider. He just goes right between her those blades.
Very lucky. He got away with it. Away with it.
By the way, I just found out that apparently Jeff Lemire stated that Linda Park, that's Wally's usual love interest, will appear in the book.
That's good to hear.
Or issues 4 and 9.
Okay, that's brilliant news to hear.
Yep, I'm just curious given how young he is.
Considering how young he is.
And how young she'll probably be. I hope she's not an adult.
How old do you think she'll be?
Hopefully closer to his age, maybe a little older, but not. I don't want her to be a full adult.
Not too old?
Not enough that where you're like, no, they're not going to be together.
Okay.
I don't want that. I want a case be a case where they can still get together. I don't want to be squicky.
Yeah, you want them to flesh out the characters.
Exactly. I want them to flesh out the characters. And like I said, I want a good chance about them having that romance. Not again, just like, oh, she's there, but then it's like, no. We're getting a lot of the action now.
I want to get into this, seeing the rogues acting the way they are.
Yeah, they're like a Black Ops, but a respectable Black Ops who are like being, again, like Boomerang here, Boomerang, Cold here is not as far as we can tell anyway, he's not cold-hearted.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He's not.
Yeah.
He's not like, whatever, we got a job to do. No, you can definitely be like, okay, that's enough. Time to go home. He's being reasonable.
110% reasonable.
Yeah, normal cold would have been like, it's just like, okay, let's just get over it and done with. Here, he would not even try to talk to the kid or whatever. He would just be like, shut up.
Also, I gotta mention this. When I read this, I felt like the Rogues Gallery felt like a Suicide Squad type of team.
I think that's a fair parallel, especially because Boomerang's usually on them, on that team.
Yeah. It definitely felt like that because of the way they're acting and behaving.
Oh, the artwork here.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep, and then this is where we're getting some of the alternatives going on now. As we're then seeing Barry is there, and the father's attacking him, saying, "What did you do to my boy?" To which you're like, "But wait, is he supposed to be dead?" And yeah, it's just this weird stuff. As this version of Barry's trying to tell him to stay focused, put himself back together. But they have no idea what happened. But Jesse's like, told you guys the kid was messed up. But does anyone listen to me? Oh, no. Again, making it very clear that of all of them, Jesse is the one who just looks at him as not normal. And it's just like, whatever, it's easier on all of us. Whereas everyone else is trying to treat him normal. But yeah, and showing us how the speed works. Kind of like how in Martian Manhunter they had the thought speed smoke. Here, the speed is bars.
I think,
and I find that interesting.
You know what's also cool is just those bars are like
they overlap.
They overlap each other. Yeah,
I like that. Yeah, they overlap. It's like, as opposed to lightning.
You still got a little bit of lightning, but you don't got as much.
No, I know. It's not like a. It's more just like a little bit in there, but it's around. But the squares are more what they are. But yeah, he's like, I know that. He's just, all the stuff is flashing through him. We see his mom, I believe. Yeah. And yeah, just so much. And then this, remember how the first issue was called Of Two Worlds?
Yeah.
He's seeing two different possible futures. Him as a great hero or him as an utter monster. Two flashes, two worlds.
Wow.
I'm just like, wow. Like you just said.
Wow. When I saw this, I was like, what?
I know, but yeah, they're literally taking the whole flash of two worlds, but showing it as two possible futures of what his powers could do to him. And he's wondering, what am I becoming? And then they release Gorilla Grodd, but look at him.
It's a spider monkey.
Like, that's Grodd?
I call it spider monkey.
Yeah, I know. Well, it is. It is a spider monkey, but yeah, that's Grodd.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Yeah, they royally changed things here, and it's just like, which again, I feel this issue was a lot better than the first. A lot better.
A lot better than the first, and definitely continue that hype.
Definitely. But the fact that, yeah, I just love that they took the whole Of Two Worlds thing and actually made it something unique. Yeah.
Made it unique of their own, and to continue that legacy of, oh, this could be the Flash, or this could be a future for the Flash.
Exactly.
What they should do is a voting. Now, here's why I make a thing. They should do a voting of where should the Flash be going forward. Do you want the Flash, the absolute Flash, to be?
That would be a little too confusing if you ask me.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that, I feel like they shouldn't be. They already got things planned out. And here's the thing, though. They clearly have things planned out. It wouldn't make sense then to derail all that by having or complicating things by having it be a fan, have fans decide.
You make
You know what I'm saying?
points. You make good points.
Yeah, because if they let the fans decide, then that's just going to go again. Who knows where?
I gotta say though, Gorilla Grodd being a monkey.
No, it's just Grodd. He's just Grodd. That's the best part. He's just Grodd.
And I'm just like,
I know you're like, what?
Yeah, you're just like confused.
Yeah, it's just like, what is this Grodd gonna bring to the table?
It's I compared him to a Ben 10 alien because the way he's designed.
Yeah, he looks definitely like one of the aliens from Ben 10. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, 𝐲𝐲, we're just talking about comics right now. We will discuss that on the podcast. So,
but yeah, but since I got it and we're still talking, want me to bring up the free comic book day?
Yes, please.
All right.
So I had to rate this issue though solid, 8 or 9 out of 10.
I would give it an 8. I'd give it an 8 again. Let me just get to the ultimate portion. Here we go.
When you're ready.
Yep. Just a moment. I'm getting it loaded up. Because it just dawned on me, duh, I should get it. Now, you have not read this, right?
No, I did not read this special.
Yep, Jeff Lemire wrote it. That's why I felt it was fitting. As we're seeing someone, it ends up being the Mirror Master is keeping an eye on things.
Oh.
My whole life, I felt like I've never truly belonged to anything. Like I've always been on the outside looking in. This may sound like a plea for connection, like loneliness, but it's not. I used to feel that way, but now I've come to see it as an advantage. You wouldn't believe the things you can see when no one knows you're there. Nothing is as simple as it is on the surface. If you know where to look, you'll find another world just beneath a world filled with secrets. And we're seeing Batman going after a crooked cop. I've seen others like me, men who came from nothing and then slowly accumulate their own kind of power. Men who turned themselves into monsters. The Bat waited. The Bat was patient. I can learn from that. Soon it will be, and I love how Batman's ready to keep going, but then he knows when to stop. Soon it'll be my turn to act, but not yet.
Wow.
For now, I need to keep watching. Knowledge is power. From the other side, you can learn so much. I've learned the forces that try to control us and forces that try to liberate us are often the same, neither knowing which side they really fight for. And I've learned I'm not the only outsider who seeks the truth. Superman! Stop right there! There are men who try to be monsters, and there are aliens who try to be men. But now there's something else out there, too. Meanwhile, with Wonder Woman, there's another kind of power at work, something uncanny and terrifying. There is magic. The Bat uses fear, and the alien may think he can liberate us, but neither has yet to see the true horror seeping in around the edges. Only the warrior knows how to face it head on. As we're seeing, her dealing with all these spider beings, and it's just like, it's yours? I didn't always see things so clearly. She moves with the confidence of someone who has always known they were meant for more. And though our journeys look very different, I can relate. For a long time, I thought I was alone, trapped. But now everything is changing. And as we're seeing the Rogues, we're seeing Martian Manhunter, seeing his stuff. And okay, look at Martian Manhunter here.
Trippy.
Yep, we see the stuff with Green Lantern and all that. But yeah, and for the first time in my life, I could see a way out.
And by the way,
he is the main Flash currently.
He's going to be the main Flash
for this one
in this universe, in the absolute universe.
Yeah, but I nearly have it now, fragment by fragment. I've been piecing it all together. Soon I'll have the whole picture. There's something missing. There was a void, a darkness at the center of everything. And that's the dark side, the Omega symbol. What is the temple of the fourth world? To what end? The Omega Man? Who really controls Lazarus? The beginning is the end. Stewart knew the weaknesses. Black stars? How far out is the world that's coming? And who is the white Martian? Complete psychopheric collapse. Despair. Oh? And that's when I saw it. I stared into the abyss and it stared right back. Well, looks like it looks like what we have here. It's a brave new world, aye? And so what do you say? I'll show you mine if you show me yours. That's the main Mirror Master.
Whoa, that's cool.
Meeting his counterpart, and says to be continued summer 2025, meaning they're already building up to the two world universe.
I'm lost for words right now.
Yep. Now that's, of course, you have one side because of the flip book, the other one's upside down.
I'm lost for words right now because I was not expecting this to show Mirror Master on his journey through the absolute universe.
Yep, and then meeting his other self.
Like, I heard about the Mirror Master seeing it from the shadows from the last issue we did with the Flash last week.
Yep.
But I wasn't expecting this.
I know, right?
So honestly, this is a surprise. And are they going to do more issues like this?
This is just a free comic book day special. So clearly they're going to be building up to something. We don't know what. We know Superman's going to deal with the Dark Legion of Superheroes soon. We just don't know what's going to be dealing with on the Absolute side. We do know eventually they're going to have the Absolute Trinity meet.
Yes, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, but otherwise, again, there's a lot of unknowns. Just like I say, though, having the two Mirror Masters meet, it's similar to Spider-Man, where you had Ultimate and mainstream Spider-Man meet, where it was Mysterio, and it was revealing that Mysterio, it was only 616 Mysterio, and that the Mysterio, and this is the original Ultimate, not current Ultimate, original Ultimate,
Yeah.
And that the original Ultimate Mysterio was actually just 616 Mysterio utilizing an avatar.
Wow.
And he felt like, hey, new world to mess around with.
It's very interesting, very unique, very.
And it makes sense though. The mirror world, the mirror universe or mirror world is like a perfect place to bridge the two.
Yes, 110%. So, is there anything else you want to add to this, or should we?
No, that's about all.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, this has been okay. What's your overall thoughts on how things are progressing?
I gotta be honest with you, it's got me excited.
Mm-hmm.
Got me invested even more into reading comics.
Yep.
And got me invested even more into learning about new characters, learning about
the new takes on things.
Yeah, the new takes on things. And it's not just the same old stuff. It's new things, learning new things, and learning valuable lessons too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I wanted to do. And this is the whole point of Absolute Reports, guys.
Yep.
The point is for you guys, the viewers, get to learn about the comics and also get to inspire yourself to kind of read comics as well. That's why I brought Robert into the fold, because Robert's got a vast knowledge of comics.
Yep.
So yeah, and I gotta say, this past couple of weeks doing this with Robert has been amazing.
Same here.
It's been an absolute pleasure to do Absolute Reports with Robert, and I can't wait to do more with him in the future. Robert, I have put your links in the description, by the way, just to put that out there. So would you let the people know, because I know we've only got like 10 or 15 minutes before we wrap up, but would you want to let the world know where they can find you, where you're coming up?
Go to my link down there. I'm coming up on next Wednesday. Next Tuesday. I'll be having having Mark Wade on my show, the comic writer Mark Wade. And then after that, I'm coming up on my 550th lesson of my Pro Teachers Noob show, of which case I will cover mouse.
And by the way, guys, there will be an episode with myself and Robert on his channel.
I'll be after that, but yes.
You have to keep an eye on that. So make sure you guys do go subscribe to Robert Willing. The link to his channel is in the description, alongside to his Twitter handle, which is at StarredCraft. I can't even pronounce that.
StarredCraft, whatever.
Yeah, so make sure you do go follow him on social. It's very much appreciated if you go do that. And guys, in the comment section below, let me know your thoughts on this week's comics, including the free comic book day comic that we just covered. What do you guys think about it? What do you think about everything we discussed? I know it's pretty much a condensed episode, but that's because we only had an hour limited, and I was juggling with two different things. And
understandable. It's all right. No worries.
So, but next week will be Jared will be back on the show, and we'll be covering absolute. I think it's absolute. Let me double check. It was we'll be doing absolute Superman and absolute Wonder Woman next.
All right.
So that's what is the plan. It will be for next week, and we'll be covering. I think that's issue 5, issue 6. So we'll be covering those next week, and I can't wait to cover the week after. We'll do 2 weeks with Jared, and then a week after, Robert will be back on. So the third week. So not next week, not the week after, but the week after.
Yeah, give us some more time for more of the books to build up.
Yeah, gives Robert more time for Robert to build up on the books, and I kind of can collaborate with other people as well. And also there will be podcasts coming as well. So there's all of that. But I'd like to say thank you ever so much for Robert for giving his insight and knowledge into the comic book stuff. And like I've said before, without people like Robert, you guys wouldn't have an insight into the comic book world. And he has a very vast, good knowledge of comics.
Thank you.
If his shelf doesn't says anything about it, I don't know what.
Take a look.
It just says it all. But I've been your boy 𝐂𝐓 Plays. If you want to follow me on social media, it's at 𝐂𝐓 Plays _ on Twitch at 𝐂𝐓 Plays, on Threads at 𝐂𝐓 Plays, and on Blue Sky at 𝐂𝐓 Plays. But until then, like, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because when a video or a live stream that I do, you will be notified for those type of content. But until the next exciting Absolute Report stream, we will see you next time. Stay safe out there. Peace out.